guys, welcome to my channel. My name is ReadingBear and I hope you are ready for some more stories. And today, we'll take a look at some new entitled people content. If you enjoyed my content, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and post some bear emojis in the comment. And now, let's dive right into the stories.
The first story is titled Woman Wants Free Clothes and for me to deliver them. First off, for some context, I have terminal cancer in my spine and hip, so movement and traveling is very difficult for me. I am a bit of a clothes-aholic and often things are worn once or twice before being sold on eBay, and also a bit of a fatty, a size 24. Clothing in this size, this fashionable, fun and affordable, is difficult to come by as much as places like ASOS and Amazon and are selling larger sizes. It's not always cheap. I've been selling on eBay for over 9 years and this is the worst choosy beggar I have ever come across. I posted 4 dresses, 3 tops, 3 bottoms, 2 pairs of sandals and 2 handbags. That haul would normally bring me around 100 to 150 pounds. Let's call the customer Karen, obviously, so she messages me about one of the dresses and asked me what is the minimum price I will accept. I tell her they are all on auction and she's welcome to bid. She tells me she can't wait to bid as she has an event to go to that weekend. She tells me she's interested in all of my items and offers me £25 for the lot. One of the dresses alone cost me £75 and only been worn once, so I replied simply no. She then proceeded to harass and beg me to sell her this one dress for £5. I said no. She then again offered me £25 for the lot as long as I was willing to deliver it to her about 40 miles from where I live. Again, I replied simply no. She then tells me that she is diabetic and can't work, has 2 small children and can't afford to buy clothes in that size. I remember those kinds of ex, so being kind and generous, I agree to sell her the one dress for £25 and give her my PayPal info. She sends me £2.50. I assume it's a mistake on her part and remind her the dress is £25. She then said why can't I let her have it for £2.50. I clearly don't need the money and I know how hard it is to find larger dresses as I'm obviously fat myself. Perhaps if I lost some weight I'd be able to sell more clothes and wouldn't have to charge so much. Bear in mind she's the same size 24, so she then tries to guilt trip me by telling me that she's diabetic and that's why she can't work. I tell her I sympathize, but the dress is £25. She replies with you are a heartless idiot, you should let me have the dress for £2.50 because I wasn't going to get a lot more for it than that anyway. The bidding on the dress is already at £17.50, so I say I'm sending you your £2.50 back, good luck in the future. I then get an email from PayPal demanding a £25 refund on a dress that she's not even brought. Not only that, but she contacted eBay and told them I was a scammer. When I told her I had the whole conversation, that isn't what happened and I can prove it, she turned around and said I hope you get cancer and die. I then told her I already have terminal cancer, thanks. She then accuses me of lying for sympathy and demands her £2.50 plus interest back and the dress, or she's taking me to the small claims court. Not only that, but apparently she knows me and knows where I live and will send her husband to beat her out of me and pick up the dress at the same time. I know this was a really long post, I apologize, but I literally had no idea what to reply to that I was just gobsmacked. The next story is titled Give Me 2K, You Can Have My Children's Dog. During the holiday season a few years ago, I was feeling generous, so I decided to use my holiday bonus to adopt a family in need and give them a nice holiday. I spent almost $500 in total on a Christmas dinner, gifts for 3 children, gifts for the single mother, stockings, candy, wrapping paper, decorations, and even threw in my old Christmas tree from storage. It was fine, the lights had just stopped working so we didn't use it anymore. To make up for that, I included a string of lights as well. I even threw in a gift card from a major gas station chain so she could fill her tank. The day we delivered the items, I noticed while placing our donations into her trunk that she already had some very nice items in her car, including a scooter, a bicycle, a drone and a gaming system, all brand new and probably well over $1,000 in value. I didn't say anything, but she must have noticed the look on my face because she explained, "CB. Oh, I won those items in a raffle." Me. Inwardly I was thinking, yeah sure you did, lady. I was pretty sure that all of those items were either fleeced from people making donations to the less fortunate, or stolen. But I had no proof of this and felt I might be being judgmental, so I kept my thoughts to myself. She also had an exceedingly adorable and very young purebred pit bull puppy that I assumed was an additional gift for her boys. But I was really trying not to talk to her. I was annoyed and afraid it would all come out if I opened my mouth, so I didn't ask. I know it probably seems like I am being harsh. Like, how dare she already have gifts for her children? But it was the grandeur of these gifts that got to me. She really didn't need my charity, so why had she accepted it? Not just accepted, but actually messaged me and begged for it, going on and on about her hardships and never once mentioning she already had a trunk full of expensive gifts for her boys. Not only had she taken my charity, but in doing so had denied it to someone who might have actually really needed it. Whatever. It was done, so I got in my car and went home and tried not to think about it. That became a lot more difficult though over the weeks that followed, as I saw her literally begging over and over in all the local swap, sell groups. If someone was trying to sell console games, action figures, Lego sets, etc., there she would be, asking if she could have them, as, I don't have anything for my sweet boys for Christmas. The temptation to call her out was very strong, but I grit my teeth and stayed out of it. I kept telling myself that I didn't know her. I didn't know her situation or her struggles, and maybe I was being too quick to judge. Then, 3 or 4 months go by and the following conversation takes place over FB Messenger. CB. Hi, remember me? I just wanted to thank you again for helping me over Christmas. Sorry I never sent pics. My phone broke. Initially, when I gave her everything, she had offered to send me pictures, videos of her boys opening their gifts. I wasn't really worried about it when she never sent me anything. Me. Hey. Yeah, I remember you. Glad you had a nice holiday. Too bad about your phone. CB. Yeah, and it's just really hard not having a phone. I feel like I'm missing so much. I haven't had new pictures of the boys since before Xmas, and their school can't reach me, and I don't know what I can do if there is an emergency. I already sensed where this was going. Me. Sorry to hear that. I'd help you out, but I already gave my old phone to my mother months ago when I got my new one. GL though. CB. I wasn't asking you for anything. Me. Ah, okay, my bad. I hope you get it sorted. CB. Although, if you want to help out, it's son's birthday next week and I don't have anything for him, and I don't have any money to buy him anything. Sad face. CB. He's going to be so upset. And he really deserves a nice birthday. He's such a good kid and he's having a really hard time lately. Me. Maybe you'll win another raffle. CB. Duck you. 6 minutes later. CB. Sorry, that was for someone else. So, do you think you could help? I already made an Amazon wish list for him like you asked me to do for Xmas. Sends link. I look at the list and have to laugh. There's a $600 laptop, a bunch of $50 and $60 console games, a $160 hoverboard, $200 AirPods, and a variety of other expensive stuff. There's nothing on that list that's less than $50. Interestingly, there's no phone. Out of curiosity, I head to her profile. We aren't friends and her profile is mostly private, but I can see a few posts and there are plenty of pictures she has posted since Christmas. All of this takes me a few minutes, and in the meantime. CB. Hello? CB. Did you see it? What do you think? Can you help? CB. Are you going to answer me? Me. You seem to be under the mistaken impression that I am rich, and also stupid. I paid for your Christmas with my holiday bonus because I wanted to give someone a wonderful holiday who otherwise truly wouldn't have anything. Imagine my surprise that your boys already had like $1,500 in gifts in your trunk and a new puppy. Your children had a better holiday than my daughter did. By far. CB. Come on, help me out. Son really deserves a nice birthday and I can't afford to get him anything. CB. You really seem to like my puppy. What if I give her to you? Me. Do you want to give away your children's dog? CB. Well, not give. Trade. But you have to get the whole list then. I go and calculate the cost of her entire list. It's over $2,000. She wants $2,000 of high-end electronics in exchange for a now half-grown puppy that was a Christmas gift for her children. Me. Sorry, no. GL though. At this point CB goes on a swearing tangent, calling me every name in the book that I'm not going to try and repeat. She whines that I'm going to ruin her son's birthday. She also says she's going to report me to Facebook? I can just see how that would go. Hello, Facebook? Yeah, this woman gave my children a whole bunch of stuff for Christmas and now she won't get them anything for their birthdays. I demand justice. A few days later I noticed her trying to give away the dog on those same swap and sell groups, not sell, give. I bet the pitbull poops and pees all over her house and destroys all her stuff from lack of training, and now she doesn't want it anymore. The next story is titled Neighbor Extends Driveway Onto Our Property. Admits fault and does nothing. Note: in the province of Ontario, the only legal and recognized land surveyor is an Ontario Land Surveyor, OLS. Your brother-in-law who knows how to work a transit just isn't qualified. I moved from the Toronto area back up north in 2007. In 2008 we bought a home on a 4-acre forested lot from the original owner. Through conversations with the original owner, I remembered him muttering something about how the neighbor to the north had their driveway awful close to the property line. I thought no more about it until later that fall. Our neighbor's house was built slab on grade, and the builder must have messed up or not properly installed any drainage for the gravel pad. Every time it rained, they had water into their ground floor, an inconvenience to say the least. But not my problem. That is, until the neighbor rented an excavator and had a deep ditch dug all along our side of his driveway, dumping all of rocks and spoil from the excavation onto our property. We also lost a number of trees, this all mature black maple sugar bush trees. I was getting concerned. We had problems with a jerk neighbor in Toronto and ended up having to get a survey and put up a fence. I wasn't going to lose any sleep worrying about it this time. Call for a surveyor and get this over with. It turns out the OLS firm I called were the ones who surveyed the development when it was built 10 years earlier. They had no trouble mapping out how and where the neighbor's driveway for over 100 feet now arced up to 12 feet onto our property, never mind the rocks and dirt in the bush beyond that. I sent a registered letter with a copy of the survey and a polite letter to our neighbor. With registered you have to sign to pick it up. They received it but did not respond. I waited a month and then sent another registered letter. That one wasn't picked up and was returned to me. Yeah, that should work. If I don't receive the letter, everything will just go away. In way of explanation, the neighbor was a successful local businessman, and in smaller communities some of them tend to think that they're a bit special and can make their own rules. I learned from the jerk neighbor in Toronto that there's not much point trying to discuss things personally. We have a system, let's use it. The next letter that's sent to them is from our real estate law firm. They know the right language to use and how to get someone's attention. Surprise! That one not only gets picked up, but we receive a letter from their lawyer. They freely admit that they're at fault and will make everything right. Except they don't. They don't do anything, for the next 3 years. Absolutely nothing. I started receiving expert advice from some of my friends. You should fix it at your own cost and then sue them for that amount. Well, what if they claim they could have fixed it a lot cheaper, or I did a bunch of things that weren't needed? You should charge them for all the trees they cut down and make them replace them. Yeah, but we do live in the forest and trees aren't really hard to find. In fact, we cut down trees that get too big too close to the house. It's not like we're in the big city. I decide to do nothing. After the angst and sleepless nights with the jerks in Toronto, I decide to just wait it out. After all, they've admitted fault through their lawyer. It's not like they can wiggle out of that one or change their minds. I learn that the neighbor's wife hates living in the forest and would much rather have a schmancy house in town. And with the water problem that has never been resolved, it just isn't as much fun as they had thought it would be. 4 years later, what I was waiting for. A realtor's for sale sign in front of their house. I stop and take a picture of the sign so that I have the phone number of the listing agent. I call them as soon as I get to work. Hi, this is I see you're listing a property at XXX. You may not be aware of this, but your client is trespassing on my property. Of course, the neighbor can't pretend this isn't true, and now we have to clean up the mess to our satisfaction before the property can be sold. Oh my. The 5-yard dump trucks ran for close to 3 weeks. They hauled load after load after load of topsoil. It had to be dumped, spread out and compacted. The gravel driveway had to be dug up and pulled back to the property line, and all that filled in as well. At the end it was all seeded with the understanding that it will eventually go back to being forest. SJK, is it okay now? Not quite yet, it looks like there's still a lot of work to do. All the weeping tile, rocks and piles of dirt were removed as well. Not a job easily done and very time-consuming. Don't get mad. Wait, then get even. The next story is titled I'm Done Selling, Giving Things Away Online. I was trying to sell some baby stuff that we've outgrown. I never list anything for more than $40 because that seems like a good sweet spot. People won't try and haggle and it'll sell quick. At least that used to work. The last straw was a bassinet. Fancy one with a swinging arm. $40. Somebody asks if it's still available, ignoring the first and last lines of my listing that say, "Please respond with a date and time you'd like to meet." Yup. I say, "I'm available after 6 p.m. today, or anytime Sat or Sun. When and where would you like to meet? Would you take $35? God damn it. So I respond, "Tell ya what. I'm absolutely done with selling crap online. This simply is not worth it. It's yours for free if you tell me when and where you'd like to meet." Really? That's amazing. Thank you do much. I know it can be frustrating selling things online. This is really nice of you. No problem. When and where would you like to meet? I'm in city and can meet you after 6 p.m. today, or anytime Sat or Sun. From there it was another 10 or so messages trying to coordinate if they could pick it up before 6. Nope. If I could deliver it to their house, which is an hour on the other side of town, after I told them we could meet halfway. Nope. Or if I could meet during business hours the next week. Nope. Finally I said, "Sorry. I'm done with this. It's no longer available," to which they responded, "If anything changes, let me know. We have a baby on the way and are looking for an affordable bassinet. You coulda had one for $40. And then you coulda had one for free 'cause I just didn't give a crap anymore. But you ducked around and wasted my time. Since then I discovered a baby stuff consignment place nearby, so it all going there from now on." The next story is titled, "Teach Me Web Development in Exchange for Coffee." This happened around 2 years ago. I had some free time and decided to build an e-commerce site. I work as a full-stack developer for a gaming company, but I also try to learn other things outside my current work projects on the side as a hobby to broaden my scope. Anyway, I paid hosting, domain parking, etc. with my own money just to play with and make a small project. When I managed to get one running, I set it up for my aunt's cupcake shop. I gave it to her as a kind of thank you gift for always giving me free cupcakes on special occasion. She was delighted. My aunt started bragging about it to all her friends. They didn't pay much attention about it until it started to pick up during pandemic and lockdown. Having an online shop helped her business. Then one of her friends got so interested and asked my aunt to ask me to make one for her too, for free. WTH, it's not free to host a website. Not to mention the effort I would have to spend in working on it. But I don't want to make it sound like I made a big deal for my aunt. It was just a hobby project. So I just told my aunt I can't 'cause I'm busy ATM. This did not stop her though. She kept pestering my aunt to ask me stuff about my project. More of the hows now. She said she's gonna make one herself. She just needs some guide where to start. Okay, so I started sending her stuffs. YouTube tutorials, blogs, articles, books. But it did not stop there. My aunt can't handle her anymore, she gave her my details. So now she communicates to me directly. She says she's having a hard time understanding anything I sent her. Then she messaged me something like this, I am paraphrasing, "We don't talk in English. Could you be a dear and help an old lady out? Why don't we meet during your break time and you could teach me how to do these stuff? Once or twice a week." I tried to politely explain to her that there are classes she could take if she's really into this stuff. "But can't you do it? I feel like I will be more comfortable learning from you. Let's just meet and discuss this further in person, shall we?" I tried to dissuade her by joking that my rates are more than double than those online courses I sent. And I'm fully booked. She must pay the reservation fee if she wants a slot. But I will only take a fraction of your time. How about if coffee is on me instead? Come on, let's meet up. Sorry, but no thanks, I said. She made some more attempts to convince me to meet up with her. One time she even said just to talk. I never replied to any of them. I think she may be just a lonely old lady, and just using this as an excuse to hang out with people. So I don't know if this story qualifies here, hee hee. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and post some bear emojis in the comments.